hello, possums. Yes, it is I, the conspicuous moo. And it's been a little while since we checked in on Blizzard Entertainment, so let's see how they've been doing recently. Spoiler, not terribly well. First of all, let's get some new appointments out of the way. Julie Hodges is now the new HR Senior Executive at Activision Blizzard. She has the rather nauseating title of Chief People Officer. And yeah, she'll be overseeing HR and talent acquisition amongst other things, so I have a free tip for you here. Try offering a living wage to your employees. It'll make them happier, they'll probably be more productive as well, and they might even want to stay. Just a thought. And Sandeep Dubey is the new Chief Commercial Officer, so he'll be looking after the money side of things and ensuring that Bobby Kotick has enough $100 bills to eat. So good luck to them both. I hope that they both turn out to be, you know, on Team Mike and Jen, part of the new Blizzard structure, and don't get absorbed into the old guard who think that everything was fine and that they're going to contest everything vigorously. Now, I want to go over this picture change that's been happening recently. I'm going to be very quick on this one, though. Now, I'm sure you're aware that there have been a number of in-game changes in World of Warcraft in recent times. The first most notable one was the removal of Alex Afrasiabi. Most of his NPCs and his references were removed from the game, and I think Macquarie, which is named after a fellow called McCree, who happened to be in the Cosby Suite, of ill repute. His zone in Argus has been renamed actually quite well to Eridath. I do actually I like that name change, and his character in Overwatch was changed too. But there have been a couple of other things. They've expanded the spit emote ban across the board, so presumably they think they've fixed player misbehaviour in their games now by doing this. And there are, of course, the pictures, and the pictures have been mentioned in many different areas at the moment, but essentially there are a couple of pictures that were changed for no real apparent reason, but it seems that, you know, perhaps these pictures were regarded as a little bit too risque, and they changed them. They changed one into a more Handmaid's Tale kind of look, which was fine, and they changed another woman into a bowl of fruit, as you do. And so yes, I mean, that's all very nice. I didn't even know these pictures were in the game, and you know, if I'd seen them in the game, they would have had absolutely no effect on me. And I think that probably goes for the vast majority of the people who have ever played World of Warcraft. And there have been some achievement name changes as well. I think Brosball for Hose has been renamed, and My Sack is Gigantique has been renamed. They are aware that, you know, this game is rated T for teen, right? Anyway, so they've made all of these changes, and absolutely none of them matter whatsoever, and nobody in the player base for certain were asking for them, but of course it wasn't for the player base, you know. At the end of the day, this is all about the people in Blizzard Entertainment who want to feel better about themselves and the culture that they created over those years. So now, by demonstrating their willingness to remove all of these troublesome things from their game, they are trying to make themselves feel better. So I'm sure their focus group meetings are far more fruitful now that these changes have been made. I seriously doubt that, you know, this has been an innovation that's being driven by the new Blizzard people like Mike and Jen. I think this is definitely somewhere higher up, probably without conscience, who are pretending to have one. If Activision Blizzard are genuinely interested in respecting women more, and being seen to do that, then, you know, they might try other techniques other than, you know, dressing them up as nuns or turning them into healthy snacks. Something like, I don't know, acknowledging the inequalities and discrimination against employees who are either female or transgender or come from a diverse background. You know, all of those people who basically got a pretty raw deal in terms of pay and promotion. Until recently, anyway. You know, the whole first lawsuit that kicked this whole thing off in the first place that they are continuing to contest. And how's that going, I hear you cry? Well, I'm glad you asked. California have expanded the allegations that they are putting within their brief. Last month they added a few other things that Activision Blizzard have been deliberately obstructing investigations. And have even started shredding HR documents related to employee allegations of misconduct and other issues. Now, this is all alleged, of course, and we'll wait until it all plays out in court, but once again, not a terribly good look for Activision Blizzard. But of course we're not just at one lawsuit here. There was a second lawsuit, which is still ongoing as well, that has been filed in a California court, and this is from the shareholders. More specifically, the shareholders who invested from 2015 until the breaking news of the allegations. They are alleging that Activision Blizzard deliberately withheld information that they were being investigated for, their internal troubles, and that the share prices were adversely affected as a direct result of that, which has caused them to lose a large amount of cash. So we know that's not the sort of thing investors like. So they're going after Activision Blizzard for this, and Bobby Kotick is amongst the people who have been named in the lawsuit. But wait, there is more. There's a third lawsuit. The Communication Workers of America have filed unfair labour charges against Activision Blizzard King on behalf of the A Better ABK movement, which is on Twitter and basically consists of employees of Activision Blizzard King who are making demands for basically better working conditions. Now, this particular lawsuit is going... is targeting the mandatory arbitration clauses, which are in a lot of people's contracts there, and also the non-disclosure articles that come with those. So not only are the employee disputes taken out of the court system and may not be subject to federal law, but the non-disclosure means that they can't tell anyone about it either. So yes, unsurprisingly, yes, this union has a particular issue with that. Vice has been recently reporting on union-busting movements as well inside Activision Blizzard. In particular, they're alleging that individuals who have been a little more on the outspoken side when it comes to all of the controversies that have been engulfing the company have been told that their work performance is poor even when it isn't. And apparently this is an attempt by the leadership within Blizzard Entertainment to silence or terminate employees who are just deemed a little bit too troublesome to deal with. But at the moment, they're just quoting anonymous sources inside the company, so this is all allegations. We'll see how this one plays out as well. I'm sure we haven't heard the last of it. In addition to the lawsuit that's been filed by CWA, they have gotten public support from the AFL-CIO, which is the American Federation of Labour and Congress of Industrial Organizations, which is the largest union organization in the United States. This would tend to indicate that they are moving towards unionization, which is probably an excellent thing, but there certainly seems to be a little bit of friction going on the inside. As to the demands that the ABK movement are making, none of them have been addressed at all. They continue to be completely stonewalled on that front, so that is very disappointing, but it is something that does need to be kept in focus and does need to be targeted at Activision Blizzard. It's very easy to get washed away with all of the changes going into like WoW's 9.1.5 patch or the impending release of Diablo 2 Resurrected on the 23rd of September, and forget that there are a whole bunch of people responsible for making these games who are still getting a very, very raw deal from their employers. If you are on Twitter, I do recommend, just following A Better ABK. It will give you a good idea of, the various issues and stuff that are pertaining to this. It is important to keep yourself informed about just how badly this company is being run right now. As for the changes into 9.5, there are an awful lot of them, and an awful lot of them are good. Half of them, to be honest, are things that should have been launched in Shadowlands over 300 days ago. And the other half seems to be Legion content, which I think they probably decided to pillage because it was the last WoW expansion that was actually positively received in general terms anyway. But why not? I mean, they really are struggling at the moment, so seems incredibly lazy to me. But frankly, at this point, I don't care anymore. WoW retail is. It is something in the past. I'm not really engaged with it in any way anymore. As J.N. Umbrack once put it, my favourite flavour is vanilla. Have you ever watched that again? I re-watch that one every once in a while. It still gives me goosebumps when he makes that announcement. I mean, I despise the man. He's a colossal penis, but, he did actually have one good moment in his entire career at Blizzard Entertainment. Anyway, speaking of vanilla, you might have noticed that some of the footage has a certain vanilla hue about it. You might have noticed a few differences as well. This is another private server that I'm currently pootling around on, having a test. I'm going to do what I did before with Darashir, which is get them up to around about level 20, and then just give my general impressions of the entire server and the community and everything else. So that has been slowed down significantly because of the Endwalker announcements, but I'm trying to juggle it all together, and I will have a video on that very, very soon as well. So anyway, that is enough rambling for me. Hope you're all keeping well, and I will see you again very, very soon. But until then, I am the Conspicuous Moo, and a very, very good afternoon to you.